welcome to the world history of the first game in Season 1 of the AI Autoplay League of Leaders Challenge. In this series, the leaders of Civilization 4 Beyond the Sword version 3.19 will play against each other in a league system using the Better Bug AI mod. The only reason I play this in the before mentioned mod is that it has the AI autoplay function incorporated into it. That way I don't need an observer civilization in the game played. For game 1, this is the starting positions of the leaders. Feel free to pause the recording if you want to take a closer look at the map, or at any time during the playback if you need to make a closer inspection of some interesting on-screen information. While we see what unfolds before our eyes, I will explain the league system and how I separate the leaders in a League of Leaders Season 1 table. Also, some game-related information will be crawling across the screen during this video. Now, let's start the playback of the world history from game 1. The season will be completed after 16 games, with leaders participating in 4 games each. I have divided the 52 leaders into 3 levels and each level into 4 groups. Each group is made up of 5 level A or 4 levels B and C leaders each. Each group will play against every other group from the other 2 seeding levels, but not against groups at their own seeding level. This ensures that each leader plays against 36 or 39 other leaders during the season. From each game, the top 6 leaders will get points for their performances. The winner will get 15 points, the runner-up 10 points, and leaders placed 3rd through 6th will receive 6, 4, 2 and 1 points respectively. From 7th and downwards, no points are awarded. Also, a leader is required to survive to get any points. In addition, the surviving leaders will be given fractions from each game. This is simply their in-game score divided by total in-game score across all leaders alive at the end of the game, rounded to 3 decimals. This is given in order for me to be able to rank leaders that survive but does not reach a top 6 position. The 3rd separator in the table will be number of turns played. This is a thing in order to make it possible to rank leaders in the event they get eliminated in all the games they play, which might happen given that they only play 4 games a season. Now to some details from the game. These can be considered league records, if you will. I may or may not mention some, none, or all of them in future videos. In this particular game, Joao II won a domination victory in AD 1867. For now, that is the earliest victory achieved. His in-game score were 6,686 points, with a total of 21,450 points in the game. That gives Joao a fraction of 0.312. A total of 9 leaders survived this game, but only 8 of them had at least one city left. Louis XIV survived due to having a unit still alive at the conclusion of the game. The earliest declaration of war came about in 1575 BC, when Mehmed II declared on Joao II. The longest war of the game was declared in 550 BC. Ragnar declared on Lincoln, with peace being agreed upon in 1560, 2110 years later. The shortest war was Joao II's declaration on Zara Yaqob in 1853. In 1867, 14 years later, the war was over since the game ended with Portugal winning domination. The total number of wars declared in this game was 47. The first elimination came about in 1285. It was the Ottomans that were the first to die in this game. The first world wonder was Stonehenge, built by Qin Shi Huang in 2875 BC. The Apostolic Palace came about in 65 BC as Louis XIV constructed it. The Taj Mahal was finished in 550, also by Louis XIV. And the United Nations saw the light of day in 1724 in Mao Zedong's China. The first religion was Hinduism, founded by Montezuma in 3575 BC. Buddhism arrived in 3450 BC in Mao's China. The first great person born was the great spy Ethel Rosenberg at Yasodharapura of the Khmer Empire in 1475 BC. Earliest non-barbarian city capture was when Nagara Jayasri of Suryavarman II and St. Louis of Lincoln fell to Zara Yaqob and Louis XIV respectively in 500 BC. Suryavarman II managed to prove the world to be round in 80 BC, and Mao Zedong was the first to liberalism in 340. You can see 8 of the 9 surviving empires on this last world map from 1867. Only the French didn't have any cities left. I appreciate you taking your time to watch this short video, and I welcome you back to the next video in this series once it is released. Have a nice day. Kjotleik out.